His captivating smile must be very helpful to him. I will learn a lot from his demeanor. A very simple man, and I would love to be ever in connect with him. Thank you, sir. They want equality before law. No democracy is complete unless there is equality before law. If some people think they are more privileged than others, there is no equality before law. If you don't have equality before law, your dignity is compromised. We have suffered far too long that some people thought they were privileged. Some people thought they were above law. Some people thought they were beyond the reach of law. Some people thought, Kanun hamara kya kar lega? And look at what has happened now. Those people are being held accountable. They are learning the hard way that equality before law is a ground reality today. Every young boy and girl must be proud that today equality means we don't have a privileged section of the society. All are equal, all are amenable to law, all are accountable to law, and anyone engaging in transgression of law will be suffering severely and is being made to suffer in these times. Secondly, what do boys and girls need? They don't want corruption to be there. Corruption eats into their merit. They are startled when patronage secures contract, recruitment, and a job. Corruption had been our bane for too long a period. Nothing was possible a few years ago without corruption. Corruption was the only passage to secure a government contract, a government job, or avail an opportunity. Lies and agents infested power corridors. But a big change has come now. Power corridors have been sanitized of all such people who leveraged decision-making extra-legally. These elements have been neutralized, eliminated, which means not favoritism, not patriotism, not nepotism, but only merit and merit alone will dictate outcome of your efforts. Nothing can be more rewarding for young minds that your merit will be rewarded come what more. This is the big change, boys and girls, you are facing. The third big change you are facing today, which is very wholesome for you, is an ecosystem. If you have an idea in your mind, you can unleash your energy. You can exploit your talent and potential to realize your dreams and aspirations. And this is a big thing that is happening. And this is why I'm saying so before boys and girls of a prestigious IIT, that India has made a name for itself in startups. Look at our number of our unicorns. We happen to be number 1 in the world, which means when you will step out of this university, this institute, you will be stepping out in a world where you will have new vistas of opportunities, new vistas to find proper passage for your expertise and talent. That ecosystem was not obtaining earlier. It is there. Boys and girls, what we need more? Avenues. The phenomenal growth in health and education sector in the country has really been remarkable. Talk of your region, you have several institutes about which the Honorable Minister has reflected. These make us available high quality education and growth vistas. We are at the moment in the world, boys and girls, focusing on technologies that are known as disruptive technologies. We are amongst few nations in the world who are working on it. Let me put it to you. Quantum computing. We are amongst few countries focusing on it. Government of India already has a quantum computing commission 6,000 crores have been earmarked. I have inaugurated a center here. You can scratch your brains. Do something significant. This will be remarkable. Green hydrogen mission, 19,000 crores already committed by the government. We are among 6-7 countries in the world to be so engaged. It has potential, boys and girls, before 2030 of 6-7 lakh crore investment and 6-7 lakh jobs. They will go to people like you. You will have to come out of your silos. You will have to think out of the box. You will have to grab new opportunities that are floating around. If you need any certification, look at what global institutions, International Monetary Fund, World Bank, World Economic Forum, they are saying about India. They are saying in categorical terms, India is a nation that is on the rise is unstoppable. India is a favorite destination of investment and opportunity. When it came to our digital penetration, the World Bank president said, what India has done in 6 years, others cannot do, even 4 decades and more. And why not? There are results for us to be proud of. Our digital penetration, our digital transactions, our UPI, which is accepted by several countries. Even last year, our digital transactions happened to be nearly 50% of global transactions. Can you ever imagine? I'm son of a farmer. Only last week it has appeared the direct transfer to farmers, which is a record in the world. More than 3 lakh crores have been given to 11 crore farmers in our country. Boys and girls, what is important is not that the government has given 3 lakh crore rupees. What is significant is that the farmer in the village is prepared to receive that amount directly. And that is on account of historic, epochal banking inclusion that took place. Imagine 10 years ago, more than 500 million people in the country did not have bank accounts. These people were brought into banking mechanism. That has been very helpful to us. All I'm indicating to you, friends, is that we are on a rise in our Amrit Kal, 75th year of our independence and republic, is our Gaurav Kal. Let me take you back only few months. 26 January 2024, 75th Republic Day Parade. What did you see? Full explosion of our woman power in army, defense, air force, paramilitary forces. They dominated, the world was stunned. Our woman power has emerged. Roll back in 2023, September 20 and 21, Parliament passed a historic legislation, constitutional provision, and that was 1/3 reservation for women in Lok Sabha and state legislatures. Imagine when it will be fructifying before 2030. 1/3 women will be there in Parliament. They will be there in state legislatures. They will be part of policy making. They will be defining our growth trajectory. That's a big change that has come into place. The world is stunned. Look at, never fear failure. Failure is a stepping stone to success. Let me give you a small illustration. I was Governor State of West Bengal. Month was September 2019. Our Chandrayaan 2 was to land at moon little past midnight, around 2 a.m. or more. I had got collected about 500 students, young boys and girls, teenagers, school-going children, to be at South City, Science City at Kolkata. My wife was with me. We all were looking forward to Chandrayaan 2 landing at moon. Chandrayaan 2 reached moon. could not have soft landing. But for last 1 meter, it was a success. Young boys and girls, teenagers, there was pin drop silence. And then came a reaction from the Prime Minister. We have succeeded more than 90%, we'll succeed next time. And that next time, boys and girls came on 23rd August 2023. Chandrayaan 3 landed. Chandrayaan 3 landed successfully on the south pole of moon, created history in the world that India became the only nation to achieve this distinction. This has been done. And the force behind that is scientists, both men and women, they did it. So never fear failure. Never keep away from trying merely because there is a possibility of failure. Fear of failure is injustice to you, and solution lies with your thinking only. Boys and girls, the country is in a bit mood. We are progressing in everything. Vikrant, the great warship, which has air fleet also, made by our country. We have frigates made in our country. We have planes, Tejas, made in our country. We have helicopters made in our country. We are a country that is not only making defense equipment, we are exporting it. A situation which is a big change. Look at our ISRO. It has opportunities for all of you. There was a time when on a bicycle, parts of a rocket were being taken. People of my age have seen that photograph. And now ISRO is putting in space satellites of US, UK, Singapore, and other countries. Look at where we are in this country. The world is looking at us. We put their satellites in space because technologically we are sound and we are good value for money. Our mission did not end with moon. We have tried on way to sun, Mars. You must have seen photographs of 4 astronauts only last week. So there is not a single month where we are not proud of what has happened. इसीलिए मैं कहता हूं, भारतीयता हमारी पहचान है. भारतीयता में हमारा अटूट विश्वास होना चाहिए. हम इस महान देश के नागरिक हैं. We must be proud of our exponential, phenomenal growth. पर कुछ चिंता की बातें भी हैं. कुछ लोगों को भारत की महान प्रगति हजम नहीं हो रही है. उनकी संख्या कम है. I am pained and disturbed when for petty political gains, anti-national narratives are set afloat, deliberately, by forces inimical to our country within and outside. Let me tell you, boys and girls, we have to believe in our nation. We have to believe in our nationalism. Our commitment to our nation cannot be compromised on any ground whatsoever. We will always keep interest of the nation first. When I find some strange voices coming from some part of the country, I am pained. I appeal to those people. They must search their souls. They must remember there can never be a situation for a Bharatiya not to keep interest of the nation uppermost, come what may. And those who are thinking otherwise, they need to be counseled by us. Friends, I do not wish to take more time, but I would surely make reference to what one of the greatest statesmen of the country, founding father of our Indian Constitution by virtue of being chairman of the drafting committee, what he indicated. He indicated to us that we must have only one thing in mind, and I am quoting him, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. What Dr. B.R. Ambedkar said. I quote, "You should be Indian first." I'm quoting Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. I quote, "You should be Indian first, Indian last, and nothing else but Indian," unquote. He says it all. I find some people not believing in this concept. I find it incongruous, an aberration. Let me remind those people, when Dr. B.R. Ambedkar made his last speech in the Constituent Assembly, that was November 25, 1949, and he said, I quote, "What perturbs me greatly is the fact that not only India has once before lost her independence, but she lost it by the infidelity and treachery of some of her own people," unquote. Friends, we cannot afford to countenance that infidelity and treachery from any quarter whatsoever. That has to be neutralized. That is our Rashtra Dharma. That is our constitutional obligation. We must be 24/7 vigilant about the infidelity and treachery of some of our own people, as is spoken by Dr. Ambedkar. Friends, there can be no doubt, to save the motherland for whom thousands have sacrificed, supreme sacrificed, we cannot insult their blood. We cannot insult their supreme contribution. We cannot go against those who sought freedom for us, battled for it. Some of them did it and died without freedom being attained. And therefore, I appeal to all of you, particularly young boys and girls, there will have to be zero accommodation for elements who do not 100% subscribe to nationalism and patriotism. Friends, I need not go much into it, you know it. But we must not allow such narratives that are anti-national, such narratives that go against the very grain of nation. We have to believe in Bharat. We have to believe in our nationalism. We have to be proud of Bharat. We have to be proud of our exponential phenomenal growth. We will live up to the highest sacrifice for making Bharat great. Friends, the entire world is expecting Bharat to reach pinnacle when it celebrates centenary of its independence, 2047. Just a decade ago, we were 11th in global economy. In last 10 years, we have marched ahead of Canada, UK, and France. Currently, we are number 5 largest global economy. In next 2-3 years, we will be ahead of Japan and Germany to be the 3rd largest global economy. We are already 3rd global purchasing power in the world. When the entire world looks to us as a destination of opportunity, a shining star for investment, you are to take a jump after you walk out of this institute. You will have enormous vistas and opportunities. Avail them. I have no doubt in 2047 I may not be around, but you are the most significant stakeholders in governance. You are the foot soldiers that will take our great Bharat at peak in 2047 as a developed nation. You are part of the marathon march that starts from our Amritkal for Viksit Bharat at 2047. I am sure इस हवन के अंदर आप किसी भी आहुति को देने में कमी नहीं रखेंगे. I leave it with a thought, and that thought is, we were number 1 nation in the world centuries ago. We will be number one in 2047. Gear up for it. Unlock. The key is with you. Best of luck to all of you. Thank you.
हम सभी को प्रेरित करने के लिए श्री जगदीप धनखड़ जी का धन्यवाद। सभी से विनती है कि कृपया राष्ट्रगान के लिए खड़े हो जाएं।
ಭಾರತೀಯತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಧರ್ಮ ಅಂತ ಕರೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಉಪರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿಗಳು ಹಾಗೂ ಗಣ್ಯರೆಲ್ಲರ ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತಿ ನಮಗೆ ಅಪರಿಮಿತ ಸಂತೋಷವನ್ನು ನೀಡಿದೆ. ತಮ್ಮ ಅಮೂಲ್ಯ ಸಮಯವನ್ನು ನಮಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಈ ಸಮಾರಂಭವನ್ನು ಯಶಸ್ವಿಗೊಳಿಸಿದ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ